What's up you guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk about all the meta Pokemon for Ultra League in PvP in Pokemon Go. So I'm going to break down like each move sets that you need to have for each Pokemon for both Ultra League and Premier Cup. I'm going to break down IVs a little bit and basically just get you guys going so you guys can start PvPing and start kicking ass in Pokemon Go. If you're new to my channel, my name is Tong, aka The Last Hot Sauce. I do all things related to Pokemon Go news, tips, tricks, and vlogs, and I also sell hot sauce. Check out my website here if you do like hot sauce, and if you want to support my channel, it'd be much appreciated. Alrighty, starting off this list, I'm just gonna move down the line of like which Pokemon I have on my list right here. There's not gonna be like any kind of particular like which one is better or worse, but like just to go down the line because just to make it easier for me. Basically starting off with Venusaur. Venusaur is the dominant grass type to dominate all grass types because it has poison and pretty much it can dominate other grass type Pokemon like Tangrowth or a Sceptile because they're both super weak against poison. But you know, it is kind of squishy in a sense. So you are going to be seeing a lot of Venusaur as a dominant grass type. Tangrowth is around, but like Tangrowth it has its advantages over Venusaur because it has Rock Slide, so you can take out like the flying type Pokemon like Gyarados, Dragonite, or just one-shot a Charizard. Second one is Gengar. Gengar, you need the community moveset Shadow Punch because Shadow Punch requires less energy in comparison to its other two moves, which is Sludge Wave and Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, you basically want it to shield bait. That's the main purpose of Shadow Punch. Without it, you're going to just be tossing up like massive attacks like Shadow Ball or Sludge Wave, which is going to block, and you're not going to have that much HP or life because Gengar is squishy already. So you do need the community moveset, which is Shadow Punch. If you don't have it, don't use Gengar. Lucario. Lucario is, I would say it works better for Ultra League instead of Premier Cup because Premier Cup has more elemental use, whereas like Ultra League has like Giratina, Cresselia, stuff that you don't really use to counter Lucario with. So Lucario has that time to build up energy for Power Punch and Shadow Ball. That's just my opinion, but Lucario is super squishy, like everybody knows. You're gonna have to have a shield with this. So make sure you form your teams right with Lucario. I think it's better for Ultra League. Venusaur is predominantly better for Premier Cup. Gengar is good for both. Giratina, of course, is gonna be for Ultra League because, well, it's a legendary. Giratina is pretty much like the Azumarill of Ultra League, where it could be in like 70% of the teams. It's super annoying because it's a tank and you really have to have the weaknesses to take it down. Yeah, you can do some damage with like a Swampert or other Pokemons, but you're not gonna take it down. So you know, of course you want to have it with Shadow Claw because Shadow Claw charges up faster than Dragon Breath. Shadow Sneak and Shadow Claw is your choice if you want to have Ancient Power. Ancient Power is used for like flying type Pokemon, like say if you're going against a Togekiss. You know, maybe it can do some damage to Togekiss before you get taken out. Alright, moving on to Swampert. Swampert, like I said, it is my favorite meta for all three leagues. I love Swampert, it just charges up really fast. Particularly Swampert, I like Swampert with Earthquake for Ultra League because it takes out half of Giratina's HP. It does some damage to Cresselia as well. For Sludge Wave, I prefer to have a Premier Cup because I want to do some damage to like a Charizard or a Bombasnow or a Togekiss, which would be running into a lot more in Premier Cup than for Ultra League. Like actually, it's your choice, but that's what I see that works best for me. So every time I use a Swampert for each class, I just kind of switch it up. But that's just my opinion. But I love Swampert because it's just a beast. It has high attack stats and it just charges up really fast to hit Hydro Cannon. It's a little squishy, but like in general, like you're gonna set off a good amount of Hydro Cannons to do some damage to your opponent. Muck is like the anti-Cresselia, anti-Giratina because it's dark and poison. So Snarl, Dark Pulse, and Sludge Wave. But the IV is not too great on this. I could have found a better one, but yeah, whatever. It's a lucky Pokemon. Doesn't cost that much to power up, so I'm not gonna say no because it gets close to 2,500. Alright, Scissor. Scissor is a must-have, and I prefer Scissor with Bullet Punch for Premier Cup because I want to use it against I want to use it against a Togekiss and Gallade, because people have been using Gallade a little bit more for Premier Cup, because Gallade knows Leaf Blade. It doesn't go down very easily if you don't have the right counters for it. So I prefer Bullet Punch for Premier Cup, but I like Fury Cutter for Ultra League to do more damage to Giratina. It charges up a little bit faster to go against the Cresselia. So Fury Cutter is a bug type, so it does damage to both Giratina and Cresselia, which is what you want to use it for as like as a counter for it. So that's my opinion on it. I got this one, right? I powered this one up, and so I found a better Scissor recently, and it's right here. And so I have to save up some Stardust to power this one up. It's gonna have 7 more HP, so I'm gonna be saving this one. I'm gonna be saving up some Stardust to power it up. Next up is Sceptile. Sceptile, you want to have Bullet Seed, Leaf Blade, and Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace is the counter against Tangrowth, even a Blaziken, particularly for Venusaur, because if you go against it, you're gonna lose like one shot like Sludge Wave is just gonna die. You know, Bullet Seed, Leaf Blade just chops up your Pokemon like super duper fast. It's just super glassy, so I'm not, I want to use it more, but it just eats up all my shields. Articuno is a dominant ice type, well, besides the Lapras, but I like it, well, because the difference that makes Articuno much more, I guess, more usable than Lapras, because Icy Wind, it charges up a little bit faster than Lapras Ice Beam, and Icy Wind decreases your opponent's attack. So if you're going to go up against a Cresselia, which you will a lot of times for Ultra League, is gonna win. All you gotta do is, for like most Pokemon, like say if you go against like a Swampert, if you go against other Pokemon, basically you want to block the first attack. Once you decrease the attack, your opponent's attack, 2 times, then you're pretty much safe to go. Just a little FYI, if you're going against like a Escavalier, it's hilarious how like Drill Run does not do any damage. So do not need to worry about blocking Drill Run. It took me a little while to realize. I'm like, oh wow, it does not do anything, even without decreasing the attack. I like it with Ancient Power to go against like another Articuno if I'm mirroring against it. If you do have Hurricane, which is a legacy move, they re-released it for a little while, but you don't get to have an opportunity to have Hurricane and Icy Wind. But Hurricane, it does a nice surprise if you go against like a fighting type like a Machamp or a Poliwrath, which tends to give a lot of problems to Articuno. So having a Hurricane with Icy Wind is a nice little surprise. I normally lead with this, so I can just, force my opponent to switch Pokemon, or I can switch Pokemon. That's how I like to use Articuno, but it's your choice, your format of team, of course. Poliwrath. Poliwrath is a tank, is a beast. I use this predominantly more for Ultra League than Premier Cup, because although it does have some strong attacks like Dynamic Punch and Ice Punch, it takes a little while to charge up. So, with Premier Cup, it has a lot more Pokemon that will hit faster. So Poliwrath is more like vulnerable in that sense, in comparison to Ultra League, where some Pokemon takes a little bit longer, like Giratina. So a lot of people have been using Obstagoon for a Dark and Fighting type, but this is my counter. Like one Dynamic Punch, it knocks it out. So I like it because it's tanky, and so for like if you're going against like a Swampert, it can take a couple hits. If you're going against like a Muck, it can take a lot of hits. Just avoid the poison, attack, but anything else is fine. It knocks out a lot of different type of Pokemon. So I like it as like the premier tank. Be careful though, because it takes a little while to charge up. If you're going against like a Reggie Steel, they have the opportunity to switch up a lot, which is kind of annoying because you're basically chasing a Reggie Steel to like hit him with a Dynamic Punch sometimes. Alright, moving on down. Alright, so I love a Lowland Golem. It's such a little bastard because like it's electric and rock, and although it's weak to a lot of different types of Pokemon, it does do a lot of damage to flying types. Even if you're going against like a Gyarados with Waterfall, it's still gonna take out a Gyarados. Takes out Charizard, no problem. Takes out what else? Dragonite, no problem. Of course, Premier Cup for this because it's not gonna do too much damage to the other mythicals, other legendaries. But like, I love Alolan Golem. It's just like, yeah, it hits hard. It hits hard, and people don't normally expect it really to come out with it. Like, you know, if you're going, people come out with Lapras and they don't know what to do with it because, like, you know, stuff takes up a little while to like charge up. By the time you do that, you'd be like, you know, 1/8 of the HP down already with just Volt Switch alone. So have yourself a nice Alolan Golem. Tangrowth, like I said earlier, is a grass type, and predominantly what I like to use this for is to counter against, of course, other water types and flying types because it has Rock Slide. So it has like durability, not flexibility, not durability, but has a wider range to attack with. So like, even though Venusaur has Sludge Wave, which will do a lot of damage to flying types, you know, Rock Slide just gonna knock it out in one hit. So that's why I like Tangrowth in that sense, why I don't have to worry about, you know, flying type coverage. To Escavalier, counter with Mega Horn and Drill One. I have not used this too much. I don't know why, I don't like using it. I don't know, I just don't like using it, but like people have been using it. You know, it's very flexible because it has counter and Drill One. Its only weakness is fire type, just like Scissor. Yeah, it does. It's good. It's good. People have been using this for both class, for Ultra League and Premier Cup, because of course, you know, when you use Mega Horn against like against a Giratina or a Cresselia, it's gonna knock it out. But you know, you can shield bait a little bit with Drill One, but it takes up a little time to charge up because Mega Horn takes a lot of energy. And so Drill One does take a little while too, so you're gonna be taking the hits, you know, a lot of times. But you know, people have been using it. I've not been using it too much. I really should try to experiment more with Escavalier, but I don't know why. I don't have the desire to want to use it too much, like over other Pokemon. Blaziken is meant for Premier Cup. It is great because it's fighting and flying and fire types. So people have been using a lot of Laprases in it, and I use this predominantly to counter Laprases. Really, over like counting other plant types, because it takes a little while to get the Blaze Kick to begin with, even with counter. But like, I use this to counter Laprases because for a little while I was getting my ass kicked. So I'm like, okay, I need to power up a Blaziken. I should power up a Toxicroak, but I don't have enough Stardust to power up a Toxicroak. And Toxicroak doesn't cover grass, so I like this. It covers Lapras particularly and grass type Pokemon, so that's why I like this. It is gonna go down if you're going against like other fighting types, which is why you want to have a Toxicroak, because Toxicroak can take down fighting types. But I've yet to power mine up to 2500. Charizard, you'll be seeing this a lot. You know, of course, Fire Spin, Blast Spin, and Dragon Claw. You can use this for both class because you know, Dragon Claw does do damage to Giratina, and Blast Burn does a lot of damage to different type of Pokemon. But I hate using flying types a lot in PvP because just Rock Slide, you're going to encounter a lot of Rock Slide. So that's why I use Blaziken over like a Charizard, just so I don't worry about I do have to worry about Rock Slide still, but like it's not gonna be like a one-shot kill. So that's why I prefer Blaziken. But Charizard, you will be encountering this a lot in both cups. More predominantly the Premier Cup. Alright, Gallade. I have not, I don't have enough Stardust to give this a second charge move yet, but Gallade has been dominant in Premier Cup because it doesn't go down easily unless you have the right counters. And Leaf Blade just charges up so fast. So like, you know, it can take out a Lapras really fast. It can take out any kind of water type really fast. Like I said, if you don't have the right counters for it, then you're not going to be able to take it down, which is why I started using Scissor a lot more to counter Gallade. One time Gallade knocked out my whole team. Like, I had like a Swampert, a Abomasnow, and a Blaziken. So like the Confusion took out the Blaziken, and the Leaf Blade took out the Swampert, and then after that I just couldn't last against it with a Abomasnow. So be careful with this. It's a little sneak attack that people have been doing with Gallade. Gyarados, people have been using this for both class because, you know, its only its weakness is like, you know, ice and grass, of course, but if you don't have the counters for it, you're gonna be using up a lot of charge moves to take down the Gyarados. And you want to have a Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, and your choice to have Crunch, or Twister, or any other type of secondary move, but you must have Aqua Tail, because Aqua Tail charges up really fast, and like Gyarados' other charge moves, so definitely need Aqua Tail. Yeah, you'll be using this for both leagues, definitely. I would say you need Crunch. Crunch, yeah, because if you're gonna be using this for Ultra League, you're gonna need Crunch for Giratina and Crystalias, and so like yeah, definitely. Cresselia, you need Grass Knot to counter against every other Pokemon that's out there that is not weak against Moonblast. I got this during my live stream. You guys can check it out this video here. It was insane. Like I got this like at the same time when a crackhead was trying to steal my phone. Like I was live streaming this, and then like a crackhead came up to me like, "Hey man, let me borrow your phone." And the dude was holding a bat. Like you guys can check out my live stream here at the end when I got it, and like at the same time I was like fearful of like my life, and then like everyone's like blowing my phone like, "Look at your phone, you got a shiny." I'm like, "Oh my god, I got a shiny." I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta get away from this guy with the bat." Anyways, I'm trailing off. You definitely need Grass Knot, and Moonblast is great because it knocks out Giratina really fast. Grass Knot is for like any grass type Pokemon out there that you will be encountering a lot. So yeah, you definitely need that for sure. Some people have been getting away with Future Sight, but Future Sight takes a little while to charge up still, and Aura Beam sucks. Like even if you're hitting a Dragonite with that, it's still not gonna take it out. Moving on now. Alright, so right, we got a Togekiss. Togekiss is an asshole Pokemon that I literally always like prepared to go against the Togekiss, because like if you don't have something to counter against the Togekiss, your team is gonna go down, which is the most annoying part about it. Charm, Ancient Power, and Flamethrower, of course. For Premier Cup, people have been using Air Slash to charge up faster than Charm, because in Premier Cup, you could be counting a lot more Pokemon that are hitting faster for charge moves. So with Air Slash, you'll be hitting a charge move a lot easier and faster. Whereas for like Premier Cup, you wanna like use this against like Giratina predominantly, or a Muk, or anything else that is gonna be weak against Charm, which a lot of Pokemon like Dark, Psychic, or Dragon is gonna be weak against Charm. So yeah, Charm for Ultra League and Air Slash for Premier Cup. Dragonite, you want to have Dragon Breath and Dragon Claw with possibility of a Hurricane, because Hurricane does like, surprise your opponent, because they'll be expecting a Dragon Claw, whereas Hurricane could knock out a lot of Pokemon that are could be weak to flying type Pokemon. So if you're going against like say a Abomasnow and they don't have a shield, that's how you survive, is with the Hurricane. And Hurricane does surprise a lot of people, a lot of Togekiss users too. So if you can afford to have it with 2 moves, then I suggest you use it with 2 moves. So yeah, definitely have 2 moves, I would say. Okay, some people have been using Armor Mewtwo. Armor Mewtwo sucks in a sense where its base attack is the same as a Girafarig. No joke. But it has high defense, so it's gonna be able to use the charge move a lot more. It's not gonna do as much damage, but because it's such a little tank, if you don't have the right Pokemon to counter against it, like a Dark type or a Bug type or a Ghost type, you're gonna be running into some troubles, because it's going to hit a charge move a lot, and you can take the hits, So it's up to you. I have not played with it too much. I don't want to give it a second charge move. I try to go against it with just using Side Strike, and it just doesn't work. You need a second charge move to have variety to attack with. So yeah, some people have been surprising me with that, definitely. Alrighty, next up is Clefable. Clefable is a Fairy type. If you want to be best friends with Clefable, you can bump up the CP up higher than this, but 100% will only get up to 2437. Predominantly, it is used in Ultra League to counter against the Dragon types, to counter against other type Pokemons like Obstagoon or anything else, because Charm just hits like a brick, like three Charm is like getting hit by like a charge move already. So that's what people use it for. So next up is Abomasnow. I love Abomasnow because it has such a variety. It can hit Weather Ball super fast and a little bit faster for Energy Ball. You do have to watch out for fighting and poison type. It's like the predominant like danger like Pokemon there to deal with. You do have to deal with some air attacks and some fires, but what you're dealing with is poison and fighting type. So I love this because it's versatile. You can use this against like Dragonites, Togekiss, predominantly in the Premier Cup because the CP is not high enough to like really handle like the legendaries. You can be best friended, but I think it only goes up to like, I think it barely reaches, I don't think it reaches up to 2400 even with best friend bonus. So Premier Cup to use this for, I love it because it handles Dragonites, Laprases, Venusaurs, Tangrowth, all kinds of Pokemon. It can handle a Gyarados easily. Yeah, all kinds of Pokemon. So I like it. It's very versatile. And this one's a cool one because we're in Tokyo for like all the YouTuber dinner. After we had dinner, we're all just grinding at the mall for a little bit, and like Reversal recognized that the Snover was 100%. So we all caught 100% Snover right then and there. So this is the story behind this 100% Tokyo Abomasnow. So thanks a lot, Reversal. On the note of Steel type, male metal, people have been using this with Thunder Shock, Rock Slide, and Super Power. I don't have it for Ultra League, but this is mine. The only one I have to power up for Master League, and it's great to start off with because Super Power charges are really fast. So if you find yourself like in a bind to go against like say a Swampert or a Poliwrath, you can either Shield Bait or use Super Power and just get out. So it's versatile. It's just a little squishy for a metal type. You will need some shields. It's gonna do a lot of damage to a lot of other Pokemons, but in general, you do need at least one shield to like help protect it because it's not as strong as Reggie Steel or like other legendary Pokemons. But it does charge up really fast with Rock Slide, so that will take out all your flying type Pokemon right there. All right, coming up to Reggie Steel. Reggie Steel is still relevant in Ultra League. It's still annoying because again, if you don't have the right counters for it, like if you have, it takes down a Articuno, Cresselia, and even Giratina. Giratina will put up some more fight, but like it takes down so many different Pokemon. So if you don't have like a fighting or water type Pokemon to go against it, then you're gonna have some problems. Which is the reason why I always have like at least a Swampert or a Poliwrath, just in case for that. Because like there's been so many times where I don't have a water or fighting type Pokemon, I just lose to Reggie Steel, so be careful of that. Amphlos has been like coming up a lot lately because it knows Focus Blast and Thunder Punch with Wild Choice, so I don't see too many people using the Community Day moveset, which is Dragon Pulse. People have been using Focus Blast a lot more for and I don't know exactly why. I haven't really used Amphlos. I think it's a little too squishy in my opinion. I would prefer to use Alolan Golem with it more. If you had to go head and head, then Alolan Golem will win. Because it takes so long to charge up to Focus Blast. And it's really just like a one hitter, like if you don't get it, you're gonna lose. So that's up to your discretion on how you want to use it. Lapras is just a tank of ice type Pokemon. You need Ice Shard because Ice Shard charges up the fastest. You can use this for both Premier and Ultra League because a lot of Pokemon are weak against ice type Pokemon. And you do need Ice Beam and Surf. You don't have 3 of those moves, I would not suggest to use a Lapras because if you have only Surf, then you can't take out the other Pokemon that are weak against Ice. And if you only have like Ice Beam, it's going to take too long to charge up and you can't Shield Bait. It leaves you open to a lot of different Pokemon. So you do have to watch out for Fighting type, of course. Grass type, of course, but like having the versatility of Surf and Ice Beam, you kind of need it. Some people have been using Skull Bash, which has gotten me like off guard a few times, but it does take a little while to charge up to Skull Bash, so it's your choice. I prefer to do more attacks in a sense than like using one Skull Bash and like then yeah, I guess so, but I don't know. I prefer to have Ice Beam and Surf. Alright, next up is Obstagoon. I don't know why people use this. I don't see the necessary use for it because it's so squishy to to fighting, and like I use Swampert a lot, so I normally take it out in like 2 hits. You know, it has counter, it has Night Slash, which is great to counter against, like, yeah, I guess it's good against, like, say, a Cresselia or a Giratina, but I'd rather use something else to counter it. But people have been using it. I can't say people are not using it. People are using it a lot, so I do expect that in both leagues. I would say you see that more in Ultra League instead of Premier Cup, because you know the legendaries are more likely or more susceptible to being weak against Dog type. And I guess it's kind of nice as counter, so if you do run into a Reggie Steel, you know, cross top will do some damage to it. It's not the strongest. I try using it. I'm not happy with the weak. It's so weak in a sense. So I'm not too excited. I don't know. I don't like it, but people have been using it, so you know, it is what it is. Oh, and lastly, Snorlax. Almost forgot about big old fatty Snorlax. Snorlax is kind of like a safe bet to like switch in, start off with, because you know it's a normal type Pokemon. It's a tank to be to get up to you know, Ultra League. People have been using with Lick, Bite Slam, and people have been switching up between Earthquake, Superpower. Some people even use Outrage a few times to go against. You know, I would prefer to have it with Lick and Lick, Bite Slam, and Superpower, because it's faster to charge up. You'll be using it a lot more often. I sometimes switch up Superpower with the Still move. I can't think of a Still move. Okay, the Still move that Snorlax has, because sometimes when I go against a Togekiss, it does surprise my opponent, because people don't expect to have that Still move that I cannot remember my top of my head. I forgot. It's gonna bug me. I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, Heavy Slam. There we go. It's gonna bug me if I didn't look it up. So yeah, people don't expect Snorlax to have Heavy Slam. It does take a little while to charge up with Lick. But you know, it's a safe switch in, you know, because Lick does a lot of damage to a lot of legendaries. Bite Slam will, you know, do damage, as well as it can take a lot of damage. So, you know, it's a safe Pokemon to like use in general. If you don't know, if you're kind of like confused on like what to use sometimes, and you know, it's good. You know, it's an all around safe Pokemon to use and switch in and stuff like that. And one more Pokemon I totally forgot, Honchkrow. Oh my gosh, Snarl with Sky Attack charges up so fast. It's like insanely fast. It's like only like 2 Snarls, or like 2-3 Snarls, and like you get Sky Attack. So that is an up and coming meta that I have not seen too many people use, but having Sky Attack charge up that fast is super dangerous. So watch out for Honchkrow for sure. I actually started looking out for Murkrows right now. I need a good Murkrow to evolve to Honchkrow. I tested out a few times with like my like not so good IV ones, and like it's insane how fast Sky Attack charges up. Like, wow. So watch out for that one. Alrighty, I think that covers all the metas. I went through it pretty fast. If I missed any metas for the Ultra League, definitely leave them in the comments below, and how you would use these metas if I didn't mention these metas. I'm sure there's other ones. I think those are the ones that like I see predominantly in Ultra and Premier Cup. If you guys haven't checked out my meta Pokemon for Great League, check it out. This is I made it particularly for new players, for people who are lost and don't know which Pokemon to use. This video is also the same, but I kind of went through it a little bit faster. I don't really touch up on IVs so much. To kind of show you my IVs right here, so you guys have an idea on what IVs I have. So sorry I have not been posting more regular videos. I kind of just been kind of out of it with the whole coronavirus scare. I kind of had my little coronavirus scare, so I just kind of been stuck in my cave, and not playing Pokemon outside just is, you know, being kind of worried about hanging out with people. It just kind of like stops me from playing the game like as much as I would like to play. So I still want to do my meta Pokemon rant for sure, but that's just where I'm at right now. It's just like, yeah, I felt like I almost got it, so I'm kind of like more worried about coronavirus, because I thought I had it for a little bit. So I don't know, that's where I've been. I'm in my own headspace. I just haven't gone out as much as I would like to. So when I start going out more often, definitely I'll be posting more videos, more vlogs. I would like to post more vlogs, because I've not done a vlog in like forever too. So that's where I'm at, you guys. Thanks for being patient with me and my channel. And yeah, guys, I appreciate everything. Thanks again for everyone's support. I'll see you guys on the next one, alright? Peace.